Hi, this is Dr. Charmaine Gregory, and this is the Nocturnist Diary. Today, I am going to be doing the fifth episode in the Moving Small Mountain series, and we are talking about how to be great and how to move our own small mountains. So, today's topic is going to be setting goals, and this is going to be a very important topic because by setting goals and crushing our goals, that is what leads to greatness. That's one of the factors that leads to greatness. So when we think about when we set goals, typically we set a lot of goals actually, at least one day every year, and that's New Year's Eve. We all sit down and we write down our New Year's resolutions, and we're super happy about welcoming in a new year. And then unfortunately, by the time February comes around, we have forgotten all about our New Year's goals, and they have all kind of been pushed to the wayside as life intervenes. So it is my hope that this will hopefully help you to not have that situation occur, and for you to be able to set some goals that you can crush all year long, and then hopefully some long-term goals that you can crush ultimately in the future. So when we think about goals, one of the things that we should try to do is categorize the goals. So you want to have goals separated into long-term goals and short-term goals. And your long-term goals can actually be broken down into several short-term goals. And that is going to do two things. It's number one, going to keep you on track for your long-term. So if you have like a 5-year plan or something along those lines, having goals that you can attain within, several months, within a year, that will help you to crush those and then get you closer to that long-term goal. So having the timing of the goals be different helps, and then using the shorter ones to compound to achieve the longer one also helps. And then breaking the goals down even into more categories, like personal goals, having those be one set of goals. Your financial goals can be a different set of goals. Your family goals can be a different set of goals. You can also break it down to professional, and if you have a business or you're running an organization, professional goals can also be another. So by compartmentalizing your goals, it just helps you to narrow your focus and be able to do a better job in achieving those and setting realistic goals. All right, so I'm going to give you 4 tips, and the first one is reflecting and evaluating. So when you are getting ready to set goals, the first thing you would probably want to do is you want to sit down in a quiet place and just really think about where you are. Think about your life. Think about your situation. Think about all the things that you have accomplished up to this point. Think about the things that you wish to accomplish. And when you reflect and you soberly evaluate where you stand, that is a great basis on which you can build and define your actual goals and set reasonable goals, okay? The second thing is number 2 is, number 1 was reflect and evaluate. Number 2 is define your goals. So now this is the exciting part. This is when you think about all the things that thrill you. Think about all the things that you dream of, you want to get to. You can close your eyes and visualize just you in 5 years. Where do you want to be? What do you want to be wearing? What kind of things do you want to be doing? Who do you want to be with? Like all those things will allow for you to define your goals. So then you define your personal, your business, your family, your organizational goals, whatever, you would define those things. And so that's number 2. And then number 3 is using the mnemonic SMART, or making smart goals. So now you get to the point where you're actually writing things down. So you've reflected on where you are, you've defined where you want to go, you're starting to write things down. So now as you're writing things down, you want to, number 1, be very specific, right? So the S stands for specific. So something that would be very specific would be something like, I want to learn how to do computer coding, but I want to learn how to do a particular kind of computer coding. And say this is something that you can take a class for at the local college, then you want to be specific. You want to say, I want to learn XYZ coding, and I would like to go to, or I plan to go to the local college, and I'm going to be taking courses 1, 2, and 3 for accomplishing this goal. So you're being very specific, okay? The M stands for measurable. So you want to have a goal that you can actually measure. So each benchmark provides an opportunity for a measurement. So say for example, you're not a runner and you decided you would like to do your first 5K. Now there's a really effective program out there called Couch to 5K, and with this program, what happens is you initially start out with walking, and then a small jog, and then it compounds, and you start walking less and you start jogging more till you get to the point where you're actually jogging an entire 5K or running an entire 5K. So your measurement can be, one particular measurement can be just the time it's taking for you to diminish the amount of time that you're walking, or it can even be the actual event of the 5K that you've scheduled yourself for that you are going to run. Okay, so you have to have some kind of measurement in order for your goals to be powerful and effective. And then the A stands for attainable. So attainable goals are literally goals that you know that you can accomplish. Okay, so you would want to have a goal that pushes you outside of your comfort zone, but you want to make sure that it's definitely something that you can achieve. Okay, so I wouldn't think that I can attain the goal of painting an elaborate mural that is on the level of a famous artist if my skill level is literally limited to stick figures. Like, that would not be something that would be attainable to me, no matter how many art classes I take, because I don't have the innate talent it takes in order to achieve that. So you want to make sure that your goals are attainable. And then kind of in hand with that, the R stands for realistic. So you want to have goals that are realistic. So you know that you can achieve this thing because it's well within your purview of being able to achieve it. So you can take a class that's going to help you, or you can get with an expert that's going to help you. Like there's a way in which you can achieve this. That's definitely within your ability to do so. So you want to make sure it's realistic. And then the last letter is T, and that is timely. So you definitely want to have time marks on each benchmark. So for example, the course I was talking about, the coding course, if you know it's going to take you 3 semesters in order to achieve that, then you know it's probably going to be about 18 months. And so you want to say, in 18 months time, I plan to have accomplished this particular goal, and I'm giving myself, 3 semesters in order to do so. And so you have a time, at the end of the first semester, you have done the first course, and so you are 1/3 of the way. And then, you can just use that as your gauge to help you to crush your goal. All right. And then the last tip that I have, number 4, is accountability. And honestly, I think besides initially reflecting and evaluating and then defining your goals, accountability is so huge in making sure that you crush your goals. Because when we feel like we're held accountable, we tend to perform. Okay, so we perform beyond our comfort zones. We make great things happen. So if your accountability comes in the form of one individual, or it comes in the form of a group, or it comes in the form of you leading a group, then basically that is going to just help you to push every day, the daily grind to make it happen and to make you get to your goals. So I am hoping that this was helpful to you. Remember, the 4 tips that I gave you guys is essentially evaluate your situation, define your goals, use the SMART technique for setting your goals, and then having accountability for attaining your goals. So if this was helpful, I hope that you will comment below, check out the blog, and share it with a friend. And this is Dr. Charmaine Gregory, and this is the Nocturnist Diary. And I hope that you will be strong, be brave, and unleash your greatness.